bit cocky. If anybody looked at my community section a wee while ago, I put up a post saying live streaming at 8 p.m, whatever, and you've got a choice between me and Steve Clark. Choose carefully, choose wisely. Right now, Steve Clark is doing the job, isn't he? I got a bit cocky. I got a bit carried away. I got a bit full of myself. Scotland are doing all right, but we're not here to talk about Scotland for the next half an hour. We're here to talk about Celtic as much as we possibly can in this very quiet time during this international break. I forgot how horrid international breaks are. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another one of our weekly Q&A live streams. I assume this won't be the last one we do this week. As I said, things are very, very quiet, which means I think we'll probably get another one of these done. Maybe, I don't know, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night. And obviously we'll have the members exclusive one as well. So we'll get to that. Hello, welcome yourselves in. Good evening. It's almost half time. Is it actually half time yet? I'm not sure. But it's Sunday evening. We're going to have a quick catch up, mostly just a kind of loose conversation about Celtic, taking your questions, giving my answers, and we're going to have a bit of a laugh with it. Hello to everybody who's in the stream, especially to those of the 118 Club or Thunder Club, Dylan, John, Alan, Mark, Ouija, Alana, who's a new member. Hello, Alana, nice to see you. Mark, Chris, have I shouted everybody out? Ouija, I think I have. Remember, if you haven't already, you can join the 118 Club or the Thunder Club using the top line of the description below or the join button below this video. It would be much appreciated. We had our first members-only live stream last week, which was a great... If you were there, some of you were, I remember some of you being there. We had a good laugh, didn't we? Slagged off a few people. One that was quite funny. I slagged somebody and then turns out they were out with their Union Jack draped around their fucking back like Superman. But it's nice to see everybody, even those who aren't members, of course. Cal, Mackenzie, Jordan, Shea. Hello, Christian. Evening. How you doing? Jason. It is nice to see you. Let's have a bit of a laugh, shall we, this evening? Let's have a bit of ratata between us, because it has been a very quiet weekend. Quite disappointing, actually, in the sense that I thought we'd maybe get a little bit of something, but it's that horrible going from such a busy summer where there's a new transfer link every day or a rumour every day, and then there's talk about, players leaving or new kits or whatever it is, or just the start of the season in general, to then coming into the first international break of the season. Boom, it hits you like a ton of bricks. And it's scary. Anyway, we've got one big story to talk about tonight, and it is in the title of tonight's live stream. So we'll cover that first, because it would only be true and proper for those watching live who've tuned in to hear it, and for those who are watching back in video form later as well. Alistair Johnson, there has been an update with his injury that caused him to go off early the other night in Canada's game. Jesse Marsh, manager of the Canadian national team, gave an update earlier on today. It was a bit of a hopeful update, a bit of a promising update, better than what it could have been anyway, let's put it that way, and one that provides Celtic fans with a little bit of relief. Shouldn't be out for any long period of time. Just to give you a rundown on the situation itself, Alistair Johnson went off about 25 minutes into Canada's 2-1 win over the USA on Saturday. He went off the park 25 minutes in. Apparently, it didn't look great at the time. But Jesse Marsh has provided an update. This was Jesse Marsh's exact words, saying that he felt a little bit of tightness in his hamstring. He just felt it was smarter to step out. He did that. If you go back to the Holland game on June the 6th, a little bit of tightness. He knows his body well. From that game, he was able to recover and play against France. So let's hope it'll be a similar situation. He's hopeful, underline the word hopeful, that he will be okay. Canada are due to play Mexico and Texas on Wednesday before players return back to Celtic and their domestic clubs. So we'll see if Alistair Johnson ends up playing on Wednesday against the Mexico national team. If he does, we know he's okay. If he doesn't, then he might not be okay. But once again, I think that Alistair Johnson is somebody who is, as Jesse Marsh has touched on here, somebody who knows himself, knows his body, and knows what his limitations are. Somebody that doesn't push himself unnecessarily. And I know we like it when players push themselves and they do it for the greater good. Very hot fuzz sounding there. But when they do it for the greater good, but guess what? Celtic's a greater good, not Canada. No offence, Alistair. It should be fine. I think that Alistair Johnson will be back and okay. Of course, we have Hearts this weekend at Celtic Park. And even if it was a case of Alistair Johnson having to sit that game out, I think that's probably all we're going to have to expect. If I was to put a limit on it just now, from what we're gathering and from what we're understanding, I think that Alistair Johnson will be absolutely fine for the games following that. Of course, Europe starts as straight after the Hearts game, doesn't it? We've got our first game against Slovan Bratislava next Wednesday. So you're hoping that he's fit for that. I'm assuming he will be fit for that. But as Ouija's brought up here, shout out to the members, by the way. But as Ouija's brought up here, good thing that we've heard that Alex Valley can play right back. He played in right back in pre-season under Hansi Flick in Barcelona. So, we've got a couple of options there. We've got the option of Anthony Ralston, of course, who is the natural backup right back. We've also got the option of Alex Valley. I think that the ideal situation is here that Alistair Johnson doesn't hopefully play a lot against Mexico on Wednesday night. And then we see what the situation is and the assessment is from Brendan Rodgers. Do you know what? To be honest, I would be surprised if he even plays against Hearts. He's got a long journey coming back from Canada, coming back from North America. Listen, if he comes on and even plays the last half hour at Hearts, that would be fine, I think, just to get minutes in the legs before we play Bratislava. But it should be fine for Europe. I don't think it's too big a deal. We'll listen to what Brendan Rodgers says on Friday. Of course, his press conference will happen before the Hearts game, so we'll hear there. But just to finish off, just to cap off, it is a positive update from Jesse Marsch. It's not too negative, which is all that I was really hoping for anyway. That's all I was asking for. So thank you, Jesse Marsch, for telling us that. And aside from that story, there's not much else to talk about. Of course, there is a few Celtic players over in doing international duty for their nations at the minute. Anthony Ralston, who's playing for Scotland tonight. We've also got Kasper Schmeichel, who's kept 2 clean sheets for the Danish national team out of 2. So congrats to Kasper Schmeichel and Denmark. And obviously just the odd player here and there playing for their nations. So yeah, we'll do a full update and roundup on that throughout the week when everybody has wrapped up their international duties. But yeah, that's like the Q&A, I suppose, already, shall we? We've got 175 live viewers, by the way. Thank you very much, considering it's a Sunday night. It's not the most popular time of the week for YouTube videos. Of course, Celtic aren't in action at the minute, which obviously takes some viewers away. Scotland are in action, so people will be watching that game. So thank you. And Paul, I agree wholeheartedly. These international breaks are mind-numbingly boring. Like, so incredibly boring. Engels, yep. So Engels is back as well. That's a huge one. Arnie Engels is back at Lennoxtown, back in training. That's because he's suspended from his the next game for Belgium. So no really any point in him sticking around there. And you know what? That's actually probably quite good for us because Arnie Engels arrived on deadline day. He's not managed to train an awful lot with the Celtic team. In fact, probably had maybe half a session with them before the derby, I would say. So for him to come back a little bit early and get to know the players, get to know Brendan a little bit better, it's actually really handy that he's ended up suspended, I think, for this game. Obviously, I want to see him play for Belgium. I don't wish him to be suspended often, but do I think Hatate will be dropped? We'll get into that in a moment. But yeah, Engels is back, which is good to hear. Let me get a wee sip of water. I've got an awful droof. So it's my mother's birthday. This is the reason we're doing a live tonight as well. It's my mother's birthday today. Happy birthday, Mother 118. It's her birthday today, so we were out for dinner and all the rest of it, and I just I didn't have time to sit and make the normal video. So I thought we'll do a live stream tonight, and it means we're getting content out there. We're having a bit of a chat. And you get something to watch, Right, let's go. Q&A, shall we? Let's do this because we're 10 minutes into the stream, which means we've got about 20 minutes. No ICW today. ICW not this week. ICW was last week. The next show is at the end of the month. So no ICW today for me. Watching Grant Hanley play makes me miss Marvin Comper. I couldn't agree more. I actually call him Grant Body Hanley. That's how I see it. Grant Body Hanley. Tell you more happy birthday, Mum 118. I should shout down to her, but I think she's sleeping. I think we went to the Daily Darber. Anybody a fan of the Daily Darber in Bishop Briggs? We were at the Daily Darber, and I think it's put all 3 of us, on our ass, me, mother, father, all of us dead. I could go to my bed right now, to be honest. Sent me to my bed. I'm laughing at one of the comments. If so, what a lucky girl. God, Jesus. Let's go. What else? What have we got tonight? My hot take is keep it in mind. Keep it in mind. I don't want hot takes now. Keep an eye out my Twitter because I'm thinking about doing a hot takes video this week. Rooney's free kick. Yeah, he was in the thumbnail. We didn't even get to talk about it. Wayne Rooney, Manchester United legends, Celtic legends. What a run out for some of the guys. It's classic. I mean, we all know that Rooney's a Celtic man anyway. It's hardly a secret. He's made it clear over the years how much of a Celtic man he is. But it's class seeing him standing there with his Rooney 10 Celtic shirt and he scored a belt. You know, it's the only time I'll be happy to watch Celtic concede a goal. I've made it clear on this channel over the years, my favourite football player of all time is... Do you know what's funny, right? My favourite footballer of all time, Wayne Rooney. My favourite Celtic player of all time, Artur Boruc. Do you know how fucking weird it was for me to see Wayne Rooney score a free kick into Artur Boruc in the year 2024? Fucking bizarre. That's what it was. It was utterly bonkers, but it was nice to see it, and I do absolutely love it. Declan Rice and Grealish scoring and Scales not playing, your thoughts? Rats, aren't they? That's about it. Not Scales, of course, but Rice and Grealish. Yeah, listen, it's international football at the end of the day, and I'm a Scotland supporter, so this doesn't bother me too much. Would I play all the new players versus Hearts apart from McGowan? Why apart from McGowan? Why no McGowan? Poor McGowan. I hope to see cameos from all of them. I don't think they all need to start, but I would like to see them at least play, and that includes McGowan. I'd like to see McGowan play against Hearts. It's messy, isn't it? I mean, what's the point in lying? Trusty to start against Hearts. I would like it. Look, listen, I think, you know, this is going to become a big conversation over the next few weeks, and there's going to be a hard conversation to have, and I think a lot of people probably aren't ready to have this conversation yet. The thing is, Liam Scales has started the season again pretty well, right? And he played well against Rangers at the weekend. I thought he had a good game. Not an incredible game, but he had a good game. He was solid defensively. He'd done everything he had to do. But we have just spent £6 million on Austin Trusty to come in from Sheffield United. We've also been pretty... Listen, all the respect in the world for Scalesy. I do, and I'm not just saying he should never play for Celtic ever again, right? I'm not saying that. But we've spent £6 million in a centre half, and we've seen it towards the end of last season. We need a significant upgrade on Liam Scales. And there's no point in us. You know, last year we done the same thing when we brought in Navrovsky and Alaga Belkit, and they weren't good enough, and that's why Scales played ahead of them. But Trusty should be good enough. So yeah, I would start. Look, listen, he's been bought to start, so he should, but I don't know how long that bedding in period is going to take him when he actually will start. I've ever been to the hot cuisine up with Hydro. It's an ... experience. I have not. Is it an experience that leaves you on the shiter for 45 minutes, Cal? Is that what it is? Is that the kind of experience you're talking about? What a goal Rooney scored. Absolutely, Ouija. Absolutely. Realistic hopes for the Champions League. I might try and get through a lot of these questions tonight. My realistic hopes are this: get to the playoff round, finish in that top 24. Is it 24? 24, is that the right number? I think it is. Finish in that top 24. It is 24. It should be that. I would be very disappointed if we don't. I'd be quite embarrassed if we didn't, especially after the deadline day that we had and the way that we started the season. And with the draw that we've got, listen, it's not an easy draw. There's no such thing as an easy draw. So don't let Rangers fans or anybody convince you that Celtic should be winning all these games or whatever. Listen, it's a tough draw, but I would be embarrassed if we didn't at least get 10 points out of it. So I want top 24. That's my realistic expectations. And if we don't make that, then there's a big conversation to go on at the club in terms of getting more into back the manager. Let's see. The holy goalie, absolutely. Nuts to me, Cian. Absolutely nuts. Don't understand why they've got rid of him when there's so many diddies at the club. But ho hum. You know what I can't understand about Steve Clark wearing trackies on the sideline? Need to sharpen up like broads. It's because it's not a tournament, isn't it? Listen, I don't mind a trackie in the sidelines, but Brendan's a classy man, and that's the difference. Yeah, I know. Sorry, that's because somebody said McGowan, and then I was calling him McGowan. It's McCowan, of course. It's Luke McCowan. Who said McGowan earlier? I'm blaming you. Cheers, Jezza. Appreciate that. I'm more excited for McCowan than Engels. Really? I wouldn't get your hopes up too high. I don't see McCowan getting many minutes compared to Engels. But fair enough. Each to their own. I'm more excited for Engels. He's a record signing at the end of the day. If you think Ralston I've not watched the first half. I've seen a lot of discourse in this chat about Ralston's first half performance, and I have not watched ran down the stairs to see the highlight of the goal. I've not been watching it Call me a fucking glory hunter all you want, but aye. Anyway, none this year, Dylan. None. Sadly, it's no point. I'm not going to get tickets for any of them. They're 4 tough ones to get tickets for. The one that we're looking out for is Zagreb. If we get one for Zagreb, we might do it, but probably none this year, actually, just to be quite honest. Biffy Place, it's like if Benidorm was a building in Glasgow. Oh, right, okay. I'll need to check this out, Cal. I need to keep reminding me in the podcast when it's the Q&A sessions, because I'll forget the name of it. What's the story with the Alistair Johnson? Okay, you missed it. We'll run through it very quick. Basically, put it this way. Alistair Johnson went off 25 minutes into the game against America on Saturday. Jesse Marsh has given an update today on the injury situation, saying that he's hopeful he'll be fine for the game against Mexico on Wednesday. It's nothing too serious. Alistair just felt some tightness in his hamstring and removed himself from the game because he knows his body. So he done the same at the World Cup as well, apparently. So... yeah, I would love that, Mike. Absolutely. I would love to see McCowan score an important goal. I want everybody to score goals in the Champions League, Absolutely. It just would be class to see him, thumping the badge in the 90th minute against Aston Villa or something like that, It would be unbelievable. Let's scroll down a bit. Watch the match. No, I'm going to play COD. I don't want to. I know we're winning in that. And listen, fair play to them. And I'm not actively not wanting to watch the game. It's just, I've got better things to do. I'll watch them when I get to the World Cup. It's terrible, isn't it? I've turned into everything that I hate, David. McCowan will score the winner in the League Cup final against Aberdeen in December. I said it first. God, that's a prediction. That's like such a precise prediction. The fact that it's like, right, okay, first we're in the Cup final, second against Aberdeen, third McCowan will score, and fourth it'll be the winner. Very ambitious prediction. Very ambitious. Would you rather we narrowly missed out in the top 24, but you get a personal chef for a week, or we have to make the top 24, but you have to eat McGinley's diet for a month? That is Ross. That's just terrible. That is the worst question I have ever seen in all my life. The worst question I've ever seen in all my life. I don't think I could eat McGinley's diet, to be honest. I think that's like being in Alcatraz for a month. I'm sorry, I'm missing out in the top 24. Mike saying, can't be arsed with the Nations League, Euros and World Cup. Aye, but fuck all else boring. All right, okay, yeah, right, I get you. Listen, it's just international football just doesn't do it for me. It's not even like a Scotland thing. It's just an international football thing. Apart from the World Cup and the Euros, I hate international breaks. I'd much rather sit and watch an English League 2 game than the Scotland game tonight or any other nation's game tonight. I hate international football when it's not at a tournament. Raphael Shite or Duffy? Definitely Raphael Shite, even though I didn't grow up with Raphael Shite. How many points will get us through? I'm telling you, I've said it, 12. 12 guarantees it, I think. 10 would be ideal, but it's playing on the line of luck. Let's see. The Nations League is less good, but as a fact in qualifier, yeah. I think it's just a big pile of nonsense, really. It's just UEFA trying their best to make it exciting, and I don't find it exciting, to be honest. It's just not for me. Kyogo to get 30. To love this. Look, right beside each other. Dylan, Kyogo to get 30 goals this season. Howard, Kyogo away in January. I'm pretty confident that Kyogo won't be away in January to get 30 goals this season. Well, I don't know about that either. What's he scored? 1 so far? He needs more. He needs more to hit 30. He's got 1 inside the first 4. 5. So he needs to start scoring some more. Happy birthday, Mother Ryan, and thoughts on Palmer's assist. Should Brendan give him a chance? His chances will come, absolutely. But listen, Dyson Maeda is kind of undroppable at the minute, isn't he? So it's not a Lewis Palmer problem. It's a Dyson Maeda being too good problem. Yeah, enjoy, David. Enjoy the second half, and hopefully Scotland go on to win the game. The Doug's just chundered on the missus. Oh, Jesus. Paul, hello. Did you go to any match while you were in Berlin? I was down in London for the Wembley show, and my pal dragged me to a bastard Charlton game on the Saturday. It was shite. I just love how it was shite. No, because there was no games on. There was actually. Union Berlin were playing on the Friday night when we were there, but it was sold out, and it's like Union don't play in a huge stadium. If you watch Bundesliga, you'll know it's hard. You basically can't get a ticket for an Union game, and the Olympiastadion was getting used for the Athletics on the Sunday after bashing Berlin. So we went a tour of the Olympiastadion. I've been to a game there before. I went to see Hertha versus Hoffenheim a couple of years ago, but didn't go to a game this time round. Sadly, we did want to go to one, but it was just none we could get to. Leipzig weren't playing either at home, so we could have got a train through there, but it was just, it was impossible. How do I think the Bernardo will get on this season, Lloydie boy? Hello, member of the 118/Thunder Club. How do you think that Bernardo will get on this season? I think he's got the potential to be the next big money move for us. Yeah, he could be. If he plays anywhere near the level that he did against Rangers last weekend, then we are in for one, aren't we? With him, he could be the next Matt O'Reilly if he plays like that. I love him. I really like him. I mean, listen, if you've been listening to me and on the podcast and on the channel over the summer, you know how much I wanted us to sign him. So yeah, I've got big hopes and ambitions for him. Do you think the Falkirk game will be an easy or somewhat difficult because they've got a 43-game unbeaten streak? Yeah, listen, won't be an easy game. We should be winning it. But Falkirk are doing well at the minute. I said to my mates, they're my pick to win the championship, actually. Them or Scott Brown's there anyway. I just see Falkirk doing really well in the championship this year. Yeah, I think it'll be tough. But we're at Celtic Park, so we should be sticking a few behind them. It's realistic as that, isn't it? The Hunger Games will be coming next month. You don't know about live, but will be coming next month, Mackenzie. There's CR7 against the Scottish Duffy. Yes. Is he on? Oh, wow. He did get 6 goals versus Rangers this season. I hope so. Podcast member, we should hopefully be contacting whoever we choose in the next couple of days. We've not picked yet. I know I keep saying that we've not picked yet. It's been very tough. We've been back and forth on it, and it's been very fucking tough. There's a lot of good applicants. And it's been really hard to pick, and I'm dreading sending emails to people saying you've not been picked because I feel fucking nasty. I'm not cut out for this shit. I hate telling people no. I'm just such a people pleaser. So it's going fine, but it's getting to the point where over the next couple of days I'm going to have to break somebody's heart. I'll break lots of people's hearts. Was it not just after the international break last season that we had a little dip in form and allowed that mob to shorten the lead? Yeah, it was after the, November international break? Wasn't it? Mind we dropped points to Kilmarnock. We dropped points to Hearts. I think it was the November one. But yeah, we did. Hopefully, obviously, this time round that doesn't happen. Am I going to Oasis? No, I didn't get tickets, sadly. We did try for tickets, but you seen the mess it was. Listen, I said it to a lot of my pals. Listen, Oasis for me is one of those ones that I'm not devastated to miss out, but I would have liked to have went. But I'm not going to. Probably the day it comes around and they're here, I'll probably be quite sad. I don't think, Paul. I don't necessarily think it's a Lewis Palmer problem. I think a lot of people are starting to make it a problem, but I don't think it's necessarily Palmer's fault. Yeah, we need to see more of him. But as I said, these chances have been few and far between because of how good Maida's been on that left-hand side. So that's my thoughts. Now, I like Lewis Palmer personally. And that big Uncle A has put it the same way as I'm trying to say it. Just thought he's a quality player, just not Maida's standard. Yeah, listen, he really needs to take more of the few chances he gets. And we're just waiting to kind of get that grip from him. I love how it's Marseille. Champions League final. Brendan Rodgers leads Celtic to a 2-1 win against Marseille and lands Celtic a Gucci kit sponsor. That's what dreams are made of. Celtic. That's what dreams are made of. Think we'll sign Wayne Rooney in January. Listen, it was always as I said, Wayne Rooney, my favourite footballer ever. He's the man that made me fall in love with football. In fact, the reason that I like Manchester United is because of Wayne Rooney. It was always my dream to see him play for Celtic, and I'm sad it never actually did happen. But yeah, let's take him on in January. He's probably going to get the sack from Plymouth at some point. So, where do we lack most in the pitch? I'd say keeper, because after a year or two, Schmeichel is packing the bags. I don't agree with keeper right now. I would say probably on the right wing, which might sound daft because Kuhn has been fantastic and Forrest is playing well at the minute. 100%. Definitely. But Forrest is going to retire in a couple of years, and I think we just need that. I think we need that superstar, We need a Jota is what we need. I know Jota was a left winger, right? But you know what I'm saying. Let's see, what else can we get? The thing last season was never good up until April. It was shocking. Yeah, this season's been a hell of a different. I can tell Ryan would be the first to go in a horror film. Oh, 100%. Listen, I can't even watch horrors. I hate horrors. I'm a shite bag, mate. So I mean, if that's anything to go by, then 100% I'd be first to go. Yeah, I suppose that's an interesting thought, Alan. Possibly could do something like that, and it's the thing is with that though is like YouTube comments can be a very jarring place for people that aren't used to it, and I would hate to see somebody get like. I don't want a competition to start in the comments. You know, I don't want people going like, oh, I'm just going to use stand-in names here, right? Say it was like, I don't know, Callum and fucking Paul, right? I don't want people being like, oh, Callum was so much better than Paul. Because I would feel sorry for poor Paul, you know what I mean? So it's a good idea on paper, Alan, but then I just, you know, I don't want anybody getting like, I don't want anybody being felt like they're being, you know, picked or, you know, it just wouldn't be nice. Cal saying, do you think Rodgers is telling the players to hit it from range more often? I think listen, you know, in Football Manager, when it's like shoot from sight, he's definitely put that on. He's 100% put that on. And good, because I'm loving it. Listen, I'm so against woke football. I fucking hate the Pep style of play. I hate what football has become. I hate this pass it to the goal line. I miss 2000s shouting Rooney or Scholes or Gerrard. Well, not Gerrard, but you know what I mean. I miss that. I just miss. I know people are saying, why am I so low? It's because I'm sitting back. I'm chilling out. It's Sunday night. Give me peace. That's why I'm so low. Hello, Kyle. Nice to see you. I'd love Rooney to be a coach. I always joked. See, when he was at Derby, and then even when he started at DC United, I was like, oh, he's going to be future Celtic manager, you know? Because he'd done quite well at both those clubs. And it's just kind of went downhill from there. But listen, if it doesn't work out for him as a manager, then I would love it for it to happen as a coach. You know, I'd love him to come and be an understudy to Rodgers. And you should think of that. I think Rooney has taken the very modern day player approach, the Gerrard approach, the Lampard approach, where they've jumped straight into things. They've went two-footed. And that's a good actually, I like this topic of conversation. It's quite, you know, intellectual in a way. I think players should be really careful. And I think they should spend time working on themselves and understanding the game a bit more. I know that sounds really disrespectful in the sense, I don't mean understand the game. They know the game better than anybody. They're the professionals. They're the ones that play it. But they should understand the coaching side of it a bit more and learn from the guys at the top and guys who have already been doing it for years. And I think that's why you've seen players like Lampard, Gerrard and Rooney struggle with management, because they've threw themselves in two-footed and they've not taken time to maybe go and learn and study. I think that you would see a huge benefit to somebody like Wayne Rooney's managerial career if he was to go aside and spend some time working under a Brendan Rodgers or working under somebody else, like Brendan Rodgers spent time working under, you know, Mourinho or you know, some of the greatest managers we've ever heard. You know, Alex Ferguson was assistant to Jock Stein, and Guardiola done his bits and bobs elsewhere. Mourinho was under Robson, of course. Mourinho credits all of his success to Sir Bobby Robson. So, you know, I think that managers should do that. And I heard I can hear it down the stairs. Hello, Jamie. Are you on COD? I'll be on COD soon if you're on it. Nice to see you. Thank you for becoming a member, Jamie. I appreciate that. So I really do think that Rooney and Lampard and guys like that, they should take some time to go and learn. And I would welcome Wayne Rooney to Celtic tomorrow if he wanted to come and be a coach here. I think he'd be a magnificent coach because he clearly is a good coach. And yeah, if he wanted to learn under Rodgers, I think that'd be a fantastic. Look, listen, it's a purely hypothetical situation. There you go. Arteta done it as well. Arteta done it under Pep Guardiola, 100%. And as much as I criticise Pep Guardiola, as much as I say I don't like Pep Guardiola, you know, to do that is smart. So yeah, I would like it. I would know I'm terrible. 100% not, Alan, sadly. So yeah, Portugal's equalised. On that note, I'll let you go and watch the rest of the game. Thank you. It's about half an hour. We've been live now anyway. Thank you for tuning in. And what has been a very boring week for Celtic news. I really do appreciate y'all for tuning in and supporting the channel in any way that you can, especially channel members like Patrick. Thank you. I appreciate it. Who do you think Rodgers will play in the back four of Taylor? Taylor will be fine. He'll be fine. Telling you, it'll be fine. But thank you. Like and subscribe. Of course, remember you can join the channel as well if you want to. But take care. I'll be back in the channel tomorrow. And yeah, see you later. Bye-bye.